Did you know that the echoes of your childhood can whisper into your romantic life? Childhood, that formative stage of life, lays the foundation of our emotional and relational blueprints. Today we delve into how these early experiences mold our approaches to love and intimacy. We'll uncover 7 pivotal ways our childhood shapes our love styles, from how we express affection to how we handle conflict. Prepare to unravel the threads of your past as we explore these deep connections. Imagine a child securely attached to their parents, receiving consistent love and support. This serene image is the foundation of what psychologists refer to as attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. It suggests that the nature of the bonds we form early in life influences our emotional and relational blueprint. When children experience a secure attachment characterized by reliability and emotional availability from their caregivers, they are more likely to develop into adults who trust easily, communicate openly, and foster healthy, confident relationships. These individuals often see love as something reliable and comforting. Contrastingly, those with insecure attachments, where the care is inconsistent or emotionally distant, may carry forward a very different love style. They could struggle with trust, often feel anxious in their relationships, or even avoid closeness altogether, perceiving it as a risk rather than a refuge. Thus, the theory illuminates a profound truth. The warmth of your first relationship sets the tone for your future ones. Remember the first time you were told, "Use your words." This simple instruction is a cornerstone in the foundation of how we communicate. From a tender age, the manner in which families engage in conversation sets the stage for how children will express their emotions and needs later in life. Imagine a household where open conversations are encouraged. Here, children learn that their feelings are valid, and they gain the confidence to articulate their thoughts clearly. This practice of transparency and openness becomes a habit, one that they carry into their adult romantic relationships. On the other hand, in environments where communication is stifled, children might grow up struggling to convey their emotions effectively, leading to misunderstandings and frustrations in their relationships. The lessons we learn about communication in our formative years are more than just about using words. They are about being heard and understanding others. It's about honesty, clarity, and the courage to express one's true feelings. Thus, the dialogue of your youth can script your romantic conversations. Think back to how disputes were settled at your dinner table. The manner in which conflicts were resolved in your childhood home profoundly influences how you manage disagreements in your romantic relationships today. Witnessing the dynamics between caregivers provides us with our first lessons in conflict resolution. When parents handle disagreements with calm and constructive communication, they set a powerful example. This positive modeling teaches children that conflicts are not threats but opportunities for growth and understanding. Such children often grow up to approach their own romantic conflicts with a mindset that seeks resolution and mutual respect. Conversely, if the home environment was riddled with unresolved disputes or hostile confrontations, it might instill a fear of conflict or a pattern of avoidance in children. This can lead to adults who either shy away from addressing disputes directly or, at the other extreme, engage in destructive behaviors when faced with disagreements. Your blueprint for love includes how you've learned to handle conflict. As a child, were you the star of your own story or a side character? This question opens up a profound exploration into how self-esteem and the need for validation, rooted in our earliest years, shape our romantic relationships. Imagine a child constantly seeking approval, their actions always met with either applause or silence. This child grows up with an internal compass that's heavily influenced by external validation. Fast forward, and this individual may find themselves in relationships where their worth is continually measured by their partner's reactions, rather than their own self-assessment. This quest for approval often leads to a pattern where one chooses partners who either excessively validate them or, conversely, perpetuate a cycle of seeking unattainable approval. It's a dance of dynamics, with each step choreographed by early experiences of praise or criticism. The partners we choose and the interactions we have with them often mirror these early validation patterns, creating a loop that's hard to break. Your childhood applause or lack thereof echoes in your romantic pursuits. Did your childhood room have a door, and was it ever okay to close it? This question might seem simple, yet it opens a door to understanding how childhood experiences with boundaries and personal space influence our adult relationships. From an early age, having a space where one's privacy is respected teaches vital lessons about personal boundaries. This early foundation is crucial as it sets the stage for how we interact with others as we grow. When children learn that their boundaries are respected, they grow into adults who understand how to respect others' boundaries and confidently assert their own. Conversely, if boundaries are frequently crossed without consent during childhood, it can lead to difficulty in setting or respecting boundaries in adult relationships. This often manifests as either a clinginess or an excessive aloofness, both of which can strain a relationship. Understanding and respecting personal boundaries is essential for healthy relationships. It allows for a balance where both partners feel secure and valued. The borders you grew up with map out the territories of your love life. Looking into the mirror of your past, what reflections of love do you see? We've journeyed through the landscapes of childhood echoes, parental bonding, communication styles, conflict resolution, self-esteem, and the boundaries we establish. Each of these elements, deeply rooted in our earliest years, mirrors into our adult relationships. Reflect on how these past experiences shape your current perceptions and interactions in love. Are they serving you well? Or is there a pattern you wish to change? Understanding these reflections can empower you to shape a healthier, happier love life. Today we've journeyed through the corridors of your childhood to understand its impact on your love styles. Let's briefly recap what we've explored. We began by understanding how the echoes of childhood lay the foundations of our emotional world. The way we were bonded with our parents taught us the first lessons in love and trust. Next, we discussed communication patterns inherited from our early environments. These patterns often dictate how we express ourselves and understand others in our relationships. We then moved on to conflict resolution, where the strategies we observed in our families influence how we manage disagreements in love. Our fourth point covered self-esteem and validation, crucial elements that determine how we value ourselves and expect to be treated by others. We also examined boundaries and independence, understanding that healthy separation is key to individual growth within a partnership. Finally, we reflected on how all these aspects mirror in our current love styles, influencing our choices and interactions. Remember, the past may shape us, but it does not define us. Forge your path in love with wisdom and awareness.